Alright, so I think I'm gonna make this final edition because I'm gonna park this car and we'll wait for a customer. Now, one last thing that I've done here with the front is obviously oil cooler hoses, so they're replaced and pretty much done. I'm just gonna, run the car and see how it is and what have you. And a lot of the very last thing I did is I actually fixed the parking lights. So the reason I did that is because they were just the last ones to do. Well, fog lights I'm not talking about fog lights. Those need to be replaced both. Is the idea of when you lock and unlock the car, these lights come on as like a greeting lights in a way, so you lock the car at night, they stay on, and it's pretty nice, because it's pretty neat. Same for the rear lights. It's a convenience feature, so at night it's actually helpful to have. Now this light bulb is out, but this car you have to replace a whole assembly, so the rest of the lights are good except that passenger high beam, that one is blown, so you need to replace the high beam bulb. But these wires are just soldered together, as you can see. Some new wires here and some old wires. I just cut the very end on the plug, otherwise plug would need to be replaced, so I soldered to the very end of the plug. Here you don't see much, but I taped the cables that were there, and I couldn't put heat shrink wrap, too short, and I used original wires. I also soldered them to the plug. Anyway, that is a good thing to have. The car has been washed. It turned out to be actually pretty nice looking. Obviously it's not a brand new car, but other than that, it looks pretty nice. It's just been sitting there for a while. And the rims can be refinished. There's nothing wrong with those. Fronts you have to deal with, but the rears, they're alright. And also the handle. Oh, locked. The car is locked. So let's unlock it. So the handle, this thing was bothering me so much, it's not even funny. As you can see, there is still a little bit of lubricant that's leaking out. That has to be wiped down. Let me get something to wipe it with. So just keep wiping it until it stops coming out. But I decided not to remove this whole assembly, but to actually just spray the lubricant in there. It was just getting stuck. You push it and it would remain pushed in position. It's very annoying. So right now, that is that. Radio also plays. A bunch of things with radio situation, but I haven't finished with assembling the ashtray. But that's that's very quick, not a big deal. Because I'm also thinking maybe I should replace the button from the radio that's on the floor there. It doesn't work. Eject button for the tape. I might replace that just so it looks a little better. Alright, so that's that. The shade sticks, the rear shade sticks a little bit, so if I help it, it goes in. So I'll leave it to it. Now, going in the trunk here, parking lights had LEDs in them, and these little things, these are all disintegrating. I put regular bulbs because LEDs, it's like computer bugs out a little bit with these LEDs. I tried the CAN bus LEDs, the same thing. They blink bright and then they just get dim. So not something that I would keep there. So regular lights, regular bulbs. In this department, I put everything back together. The wires, clips and everything, the trunk, fuses, all of that is done. These are all of the wires and HIDs that I cut out. Obviously, you saw it in previous video. There are lots and lots of all this, whatever works, whatever doesn't. I put in LED bulbs because it's just easier. Put them in, call it a day. So that's what I did. That is that. So LEDs for headlights, regular bulbs for parking lights, regular bulbs for blinkers. Now, to be honest with you, I forgot what was in these bags. Oh yeah, here we go. Hood release cable. That's what was in these bags. I already forgot about it. Hood release wires, 2 cables, both installed, and the handle itself is also installed. Handle was missing the actual clip where the screw goes through and holds it in place, so I found the replacement clip in my parts and installed that. So now the handle for hood release is perfect. Halfway, pulling it halfway already unlocks the hood, which is great. The canister, actually I just noticed there is a crack to it. As you can see, there is a crack, so it's a good thing we replaced it, because it also had mounting point broken and missing. So yeah, that's the canister. There are no leaks with the new one, plus it holds well, and I also put the grommet to hold it against the frame of the car, means the fender, and then because it was missing. Now this is a replacement aftermarket supercharger tensioner. Original tensioner is fine, but original pulley, as you can see, it's not even round anymore. It's just, I don't know what happened with this pulley. So I just sourced the pulley and I kept the tensioner in place. If anything happens with tensioner, you have at least the tensioner itself. You can swap out pulleys, and if something happens with tensioner. The filters, these were terrible. I don't know, it's just, dude, this is just something else. These filters are gunners, long time ago. So very, very dirty, very nasty. So those are brand new. I put man filters, they work fine. Both filters. Then we also have, these are from pipes. Okay. Oil cooler hoses. We got cabin filter. Oh yeah, supercharger bearing. That I also had to replace. I forgot about that. What else is here? That's gotta be crank position. Yes, it is, because car was stolen sometimes, so replace the crank position sensor just for good measure. This seems to be counterfeit unit. It says made in Germany, but markings are all gone. I bought a brand new one and a nice one. This seemed to be new, but I think it's a knockoff. So, you know, this is the one that I received. It came in this box, made in Germany, Bosch, whatever. Expensive, but worth it. And that's about all, I think. That I don't. Oh, that's the broken piece from old coolant reservoir, right? That's the piece that was missing from here. It's like it was just like this. So the whole piece is missing. This was just where the bolt would hold it to the body. That's what I just left it there, just as a souvenir. So that is where we are. And I think we did very well here. I'm just keeping all the parts together. Just I like to do that. So if anything that I forget, I can look up at parts and remember what was done. One filter, I guess. I should throw filters away anyway. Yeah, I'll throw them away. There's no point. There's no point with filters. These are gunners, so no need to keep those as souvenirs. All right. So this is where we are. All of these things go back in. LEDs. Car has very low fuel left in it, so I have to put some fuel in it. And again, we're looking at the handle. A little bit of lubricant is still coming, so I'm just gonna wipe it down. yeah. Okay, so basically what I did here seems like there's no more oil leak. Now front control arms, the ones that go this way, they're both gone. Bushing ball joints on them are gone. They sit like this way, so front one's definitely to be done. And other things, I don't know, you have to drive the car, put it on the lift and check out what's happening with those, with the rest. Now the exhaust hanger over here is loose. That is to also be addressed. Valance here, this whole rear bumper down under diffuser, if you will, this would be a good idea to reinforce somehow. I just noticed that actually while I was washing the car, and what's happening here, it's like some brackets are totally missing. See right here, I don't see any brackets. That one is there, but it's broken. Yeah, there goes. So that is that. You just don't want to lose your bumper when you go high speed, if you will. Down under looks to be decent, you know. Yeah, air suspension works, exhaust isn't leaking. Engine mounts is shot, and transmission mount is probably shot for that matter as well. So that is basically all. Oh, a heater control valve doesn't seem to work. It just, AC works, but there is no heat. And yeah, there's like very few things left, to be honest, with this car. You put engine mounts, that's gonna take care. Oh, the intake manifold seals I would replace, because those seals feels like they're leaking a little bit. So there's a little bit of an air leak, a vacuum leak rather. So I think I would do the intake manifold seals, gaskets on the engine mounts, control arm, front control arms, the heater control valve, hanger on the exhaust in the back, and yeah, that's about it basically. I mean, it runs and drives, everything's fine, and that's all basically that's left. Not much. And I thought it would be way worse, but it turned out to be actually not that bad. Yeah, it was still a lot of work, but at the end of the day, this can totally be brought back to life, and right now even it's fine. It's just like very annoying vibration to the whole body of the car, because engine is just laying there, or transmission mount is laying there, whatever. It's just the engine is touching the frame, the body, and it just creates lots of vibration. Extremely annoying, and it just defeats the whole experience. You want to listen to the exhaust, you want to hear the exhaust, but you hear rumble from the vibration. So that's just like no good. Probably would be a good idea to refinish rims, and then maybe put in 2 same rims up front, because this is different rim and tires and what have you. So if you want to match them, that's fine. That they look actually pretty good. I mean, they just polished them up a little bit, and they will be actually pretty good looking rims, not for nothing. This little plastic piece that was there, that one was, it just fell right off, so it's laying on the back seat. Yeah, this really, I mean, this is not really much left. I would totally finish it and enjoy it. Okay, so this was a very long video. This is pretty much the final video, I guess, about this car, unless we're gonna be doing something else with it. The radio, I'll put together all these panels as long as the radio works. I'll just show you that real quick. Put the radio on. I don't want to play any music because copyright violations. Well, you can see it's counting. Then we go to audio. Let's say FM. Here's our FM, and you know, we can get to different you know, radio stations. Scan. The telephone is not installed, so yeah, I mean, we are pretty much okay. CD tape. The only thing I do not see, CD changer, because CD changer is here, but there might be no discs in there. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Oh yeah, there's something there. Oh, look at that, CD2. It is playing. Yeah, oh, there it goes. Yeah, we got that working too. That's great. Let's try number 1. If there's anything in number 1. Yep, it's switching. Well, look at that. Yep, CD number 1. Very nice. So, and I guess number 0, that would be the one that is in the radio. I don't have this. Yeah, I don't have this particular radio magazine, so don't really. Yeah, look at that. Everything works. Suspension goes up and down. The sport and comfort mode activates. HVAC works. It's good. It's good. I mean, I like it. Okay, so this was all. Again, this became a very long video as usual. Seats and all that stuff, that's just, you know, change the leather, call it a day, not a big deal. Because the interior here is actually not black, it's blue. It's a blue interior. What's happening here? This was before me. It was something missing a screw. This is supposed to go over and down. There's a little clip over there that's supposed to get over that clip, and then yeah, I don't know why it's like that. Like I said, that wasn't me. I wasn't there when this was happening. Anyway, I'll figure that out just to make it lined up. Screw I saw somewhere actually. There's a couple of things laying around. There's a screw here, a couple of nuts here. It's just very, everything is laying here and there, and here's another screw. I think this is the screw that belongs there. Like I said, this I'll deal with later. Yeah, I'll deal with all that later. Also, interesting fact is that VIN number shows this car comes from, I believe it came from Puerto Rico or Hawaii or something like that. It was not bound to be into USA. So I guess this car went to territories, and then from territories, well, Hawaii is not territory, but Puerto Rico, I mean, it's part of the USA. I get it. I'm just saying, it's like it didn't come to, let's say, continental USA. It wasn't bound for continental USA, but it ended up here. So, you know. Okay, and that's it. I'm gonna be calling it a night. And this is it. Victor here, RestoreMercedes.com. Thank you for watching.